coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Las Vegas Raiders. Marching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. On the return, here's Hall. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
I'll make your mama the soup. You take it to her later and not go back out.
I'm not going back out.
You take it to tomorrow?
Yeah.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Henry again on second down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Well, we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, we like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterbacks this week.
Faking the give. Now Watson. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. On the handoff, Taylor. Call it a gain of a couple there, as it'll leave them with a 2nd and just 3.
But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Sawyer. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance to convert. Wilson. Too easy, and I think things go
kudos to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line. Running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. On the return, here's Hall. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And Henry gets the call there on first down as he pushes his way forward. A pickup of about 5. So a nice run right there. And worth mentioning, their usual starting running back out this week. The hope is it's just a short-term absence. But this is where it pays, Charles, to have a quality reserve that you can turn to when you need it.
And to me, they definitely have that because this is a guy who's more than capable of picking up the slack. And he's likely going to see a big share of carries as this one progresses. And how many times do we see running backs jump into the breach and have big games?
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in a big lumber to pick up that first down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now Watson. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Watson's throw there complete to Ruggs. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
First down carry for Henry. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On second and 11 now. Watson firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Out of the gun, Watson. Steps away to his left.
finding room. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 12-yard line.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Here's Jacobs. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A handoff, running left, Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Derrick Henry hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now it's Wilson. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Room here to run. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Colts. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
The holding penalty negates a good return as they'll start just past the 20. Throwing on 1st down. Sawyer. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
On 1st and 10, Sawyer.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing again, Sawyer.
Again looking for Pittman, a better result here. And the Colts are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Back to throw, Sawyer. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Mo Alley-Cox, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 41 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ball game.
He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. A little juke. And the Colts are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely of course, or go down. The yardage,
and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
After the interception, here's Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Watson. And Jones has it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
To throw is Watson. Complete. Smith has it. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, They give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run. It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage. Put the ball right on him.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Sawyer. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And this one is incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And his throw here is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And the Raiders pick it up. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. So now our referee looking at the sideline saying, are you sure? But yes, this defense has accepted the penalty. So that means they will not take possession on the fumble recovery. Well, not sure why in the world you do that, but that is apparently the decision. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. Catch made here by Campbell. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. The return man, Wilson. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at half.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Max Crosby. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That ball caught by Campbell. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. Taylor runs over it. And he's got this down to the 35.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Sawyer.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm.
Touchdown! It's caught at the 1. Michael Pittman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Watson got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones, and he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Watson. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another 1st down. Watson now to throw. And he will find his man Ruggs. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Counter play with Jacobs. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
After the run, Watson going to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now it's Wilson. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. First and 10, Taylor now. Powers through it. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
75 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Tyree Gillespie. And the Raiders are right back in this football game. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive. Possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
Yeah, to put it mildly, look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. Trucks over him. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
He gets away from one. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep them feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. From the gun, it's Taylor. And some strong running. And some room to work. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 121 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's caught. Touchdown Colts. Paris Campbell. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. On the return, here's Hall. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now it's Watson. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Second and 15.
Here's Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 40. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Taylor's got the first down and more. And finally taken down at the 15. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they were